Hi guys, let's have a discussion on 20 questions. Some of these questions would be pretty current affairs, pretty latest, and some would relate to the policy measures of the government of India. And as usual, it's a mix it's a mix and match. Here's the first question. Francois Fillon, who has been jailed for corruption in June 2020, in the last week of June, in fact, I think on 30th June or so, he was jailed, and he's the former Prime Minister of France. Now, why was he jailed? He was jailed because when he was Prime Minister, he employed his wife, that's his wife, Penelope, okay? So he employed her, and while she did no work, he paid her a salary of $1.3 million. That's a lot of money, isn't it? So $13 lakh is what he paid her for doing some work he said she had done, but she didn't do any work. There was no need for that work actually. So, but he ended up paying her. So these kind of things, if you've thought that this happened only in India, it happens almost everywhere in the world. So he has been jailed, and he had been given a 5 year jail sentence. 2 years are suspended, and she had been given a 3-year jail sentence, but it's suspended. So he has a right to appeal, and he's appealed. So for now he is out of jail. So that's Francois Fillon, and if you look at the choices, you have Greece. Greece's prime minister is Greece is his country in Southeast Europe. This is a mix of continental Europe and islands. So Greece's capital is Athens, 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 and the prime minister is Kyriakos Mitsotakis. I'll spell that for you. Kyriakos, Kyriokas, Kyriakos. I repeat, Kyriokas, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, Mitsotakis. Kyriakos Mitsotakis. I write so that and I get clarity. Please write. It's a request that you write down even if you are comfortable. Okay. So Kyriakos Mitsotakis is the Prime Minister of Greece, and time permitting, I'll come back to Greece, and I'm going to discuss Greece basically. Okay. So the kind of crisis they had in 2008. Okay. Maybe they're still in crisis mode. They haven't come out of that crisis actually. Let's see if time. I have some time limit in mind. It should not overshoot that. And if there is time, I'll come back to this. Okay, guys. The currency is of course euro. Currency is euro. What about Serbia? Serbia recently has had an election, and Serbia is a member of the European Union. So you could write, no, it's not a member of the European, it's not a member of the Euro. So Serbia, right, capital is Belgrade, 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 Belgrade. The president is Alexander Vucic, VUCIC. I repeat, VUCIC, Vucic, Alexander Vucic. Alexander Vucic. You can say Vukic also. Okay. Then the currency is dinar, 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 DINAR. Okay. From there, let's go to Cyprus. Israel, I think we have had on multiple occasions we have written about Israel, but I think we'll just write again, no harm. Cyprus, I mentioned in the last map, in one of those previous maps, I showed you where is Cyprus in the Mediterranean Sea, just below Turkey. The northern portion is, northeastern portion is Turkish. The southern, southeast, southwestern portion is, occupied by Greece. So Cyprus's capital is Nicosia, 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 Nicosia. Then the president is Nikos, Nicos, Nikos, Nikos. If you look at the spelling of the capital, these are the first 5 letters of the 7 letters of the capital name. What is the capital's name? Nicosia, Nicosia. That's Nicosia, capital. Like in इनके नाम में, if you look at the first name, that is Nikos, the same as the first 5 letters of the capital. So Nikos, Nicos, Nikos. Anastasiades, Anastasiades, Anastasiades. Okay, the currency is euro. Israel लिखते हैं, Israel के बारे में please write Israel. The capital is Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. The prime minister is Benjamin Netanyahu, 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 Benjamin Netanyahu. And currency is new shekel, 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 new shekel, shekel. Underline the word Israel, उसके नीचे लिखिए आप. First point, first modern theocratic state. First modern theocratic, theocratic, theocratic state. First modern theocratic state. Okay, theocratic state. Theocratic means religion of the theo means God, crack means rule. So a country that has a state that has a state religion, basically it has its own official religion. So in brackets you could write one with a state religion, one with a state religion, state with a official religion, state religion. जैसे आप पाकिस्तान देखिए, Pakistan is a theocracy. Technically it's a theocracy because in 1956 Pakistan adopted Islam as a state religion. Okay, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, UAE, in all these countries Islam is a state religion. Okay, वैसे मैं आपको एक बात बता दूं, let me tell you that Britain also has a state religion. Yes, Britain has a state religion. It is Anglican Protestantism or Anglicism, Anglicism. I repeat, Anglicism, Anglicism, a form of Protestant Christianity, Protestant, Protestant, Protestant Christianity, Protestant Christianity. Okay, एक दिलचस्प कहानी है. I'll take 90 seconds to tell you this story. There was this British ruler, okay, an English king, Henry. He wanted to divorce his wife and marry, another woman. But the Pope, and in those days the Pope was the most powerful chap. I'm talking of 16th, 17th century, 16th century, and he wanted to marry this, his, you could say, lover. Okay, so he sought permission from the Pope, and the Pope said, no, nothing doing. You can't divorce your wife. Yeah, you can't divorce your wife. because in Catholicism, which is what in those days Britain was, basically it was a Catholic country, divorce, abortion, these are all strict no-nos. So the Pope said, no, you can't divorce your wife. So this guy went ahead and said, I have nothing to do with you. And so he snapped all ties with the Roman Catholic Church, and he established the Church of England. The Church of England, and the state religion of the Church of England is Anglicism. Anglo means English, the English Church, over marriage. Okay, yeah. No, I'm not kidding. So some parties always see there are a lot of other contributing factors, but this was one of the major factors. So Israel's the first theocratic state. It was established in 1948. You want to write that? First modern theocratic state dash established in the name of Jews, Jews, Jews in 1948. In 1948. Next point. Alternate prime dash Benny, you write short form. Benny, B-E-N-N-Y, Benny Gantz, G-A-N-T-Z, G-A-N-T-Z. अमेरिका में वगैरह Z को Z बोलते हैं. ओके, डोंट वरी, चिल, वी गो विद Z ओनली. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Which is the first Indian retail company to clock more than 1 lakh crore in annual revenues? See, Reliance Retail. And how old is it? Just about 10 years old. And look at Dabur, Hindustan Unilever Limited, ITC, Marico. They had been there for decades. Yet Reliance Retail clocked over 1 lakh crore rupees in revenues. You know what's the number of stalls it has? Last year, by the end of financial year 2020, that is financial year 2020 means the one that started on the 1st of April 2019, and that the one that ended on 31st March 2020. So पिछले वित्त वर्ष में, that is last financial year, the company had 10,491 stores. Can you believe that? 10,500, take 10,000 stores. And what is the turnover? 1,30,000 crores. 1,30,000 crore. And what comes under Reliance Retail? Reliance Retail includes Reliance Trends, Reliance Trends, Reliance Digital, Reliance Lift, LYFT, phones and all that. Then Reliance, Agio. There is a separate brand called Agio, A-J-I-O, apparel brand. Then there is Hamleys, which is a toy store, H-A-M-L-E-Y-S, Hamleys. Okay, so these guys own a lot of, they own a lot of stores. They are making huge money in this. So Reliance Retail, and they are now planning to buy Future Group. You know Future Group? Big Bazaar, Food Bazaar, Central. You can look at all these brands, and you should know one more thing here. Big Bazaar, Food Bazaar, all these brands. These guys, Future Group is still owned by a guy called Kishore Biyani. Kishore Biyani, B-I-Y-A-N-I, Kishore Biyani. But problem is that to expand, they took a lot of debt. Udar bahut liya, And see, whatever business you see around you, all big businesses, it's all OPM, other people's money. Okay, so all this money, all these businesses are funded by debt, udhar. Khud ka paisa kuch nahi hota inme. Okay, so these guys have minted a lot of money, Reliance guys, but you have to understand that a lot of investment has gone in. Lakhs of crores of rupees of investment has gone in. So they are now looking at aggressively getting back all the money. Now they also are planning, as I mentioned, to buy Future Group. What about Dabur? And you want to write this chairman of Reliance Group, the chairman's name, Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani. What about Dabar? See, the word Dabar comes from two separate words. Da for doctor. जैसे कि पुराने ज़माने में, doctor is still called Doctor Saab. Doctor, Doctor for Burman. Dr. Burman started this company. A certain Dr. S.K. Burman started this company. Okay, that's how the name comes. Dabar. So Dabar, if you want to write, I'll give you the names of some brands. Just write to become familiar. You don't have to write everything. Dabar dash CEO Mohit Malhotra dash Hajmola, brands like Hajmola, Odomos, Odomos, then Amla, 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 Dabur Amla, okay. Then what is the food brand? Juice brand, Real, REAL, Real. Then another hair oil brand called Vatika, very famous Vatika. So chicks become familiar. You could be having one of these products at home. So you know that Dabur is a part of life. It's a part of life. So uske baad Hindustan Unilever. Its chairman and India CEO is a guy called Sanjeev Mehta. Sanjeev Mehta. You could write brands like Lipton, Brook Bond, BROOKE, Brook Bond, comma. You could also write Quality Walls ice cream. See, these companies cannot use the word ice cream. आप देखिए कभी भी Quality Walls or any company that sells ice creams cannot use the name ice cream. Okay, only Amul can use the words ice cream, because Amul said that they went to Supreme Court and filed a case against all these companies, and they won the case. The case was that only Amul ice creams are made from real milk, whereas ice creams made by Hindustan Unilever Limited, all other ice creams are made with powder and oils. So this is not true milk. So they cannot be called ice cream. They are not cream, true cream. So that's why इनके पास में आप हमेशा देखिए frozen desert करके लिखा होगा. Frozen desert, DESSERT, frozen desert. So Hindustan Unilever, Brook Bond, Lipton, Quality Walls. You could also write Dove, DOV, Dove, Pepsodent. Next ITC जाते हैं. ITC, you could write CEO's name is, chairman CEO is the same guy. Sanjeev Puri, PURI. Sanjeev Puri, PURI. Sanjeev Puri dash. You could write brands like Natural, NATURAL, be natural, comma. Ashirwad, Sunfeast, Welcome Group Hotels, Welcome Group, WELCOM, वहीं तक, WELCOM, Welcome Group, and Fortune Hotels, and one more brand, Classmate. Maybe you could, the book that you have, I have a paper, but the book you have might have, might be a Classmate book actually. So there were a lot of other brands as well, but let's look at the last one. What is it? Marico. ये कंपनी का नाम कैसा आया? If you look at the word MARICO, I have to look at you, so I have to look down because that's the last. The screen is down. So Marico's the name comes from the name of the surname of the family that owns it. Like Burman, वहाँ पे आया. वैसे Marico में पहले मारी वाला कंपनी, वैसे नाम आया मारी वाला. So the current chairman is Harsh Mariwala. Harsh, Harsh, Harsh Mariwala. Since you wrote chairman's name, the CEO is not important. Saugata, Gupta, not important. Ek naam likhte hain, Harsh Mariwala dash. Be familiar with brands like Saffola, Saffola, Saffola. Then they have Revive, Revive. It's a fabric conditioner. Revive, Nihar hair oil. I don't have to use any of these hair oils. No shampoos. So, Nihar. Then the most famous brand they own is Parachute. 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 They also have this set wet, gel kind of thing. Yeah. So, that's a fairly good question, I would say, because it gives you an idea of how homegrown companies can be so aggressive. So when we're talking of the boycott of Chinese goods and everything, think about it. I mean, a ban on TikTok. It was among the top downloaded brands in the world, downloaded apps in the world. What happened? India government banned, and the ranking fell below top 200 में नहीं है अभी TikTok. So I'm not kidding. It's there. There is India's former foreign secretary, spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Syed Akbaruddin, he shared a graphic. I saw that, and it's not there in the top 200 today. So that's the kind of impact it has. Huge impact. The company that makes TikTok, ByteDance, it suffered a loss. It's going to suffer a loss. It's going to suffer a big loss because of lack of downloads by Indians. It's good not to have. I mean, there's no point basically to have any kind of app that steals our data and can be used against our own country. So, whose consent and signatures are required if a partner of a firm wants to open a bank account in the name of a firm? What's a firm? A firm, remember the word firm is for partnerships only. Okay? Sole tradership hoti hai, where there is only one person. Sole tradership is also called, you could write this, sole tradership is also called proprietorship. 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 Proprietorship is also called proprietorship. Okay. So basically, sole proprietor. So as single trader's business is called, where there is only one owner, is called proprietorship. So वहाँ पे क्या होती है? All the liability means the responsibility to pay back all the money. Okay, the responsibility to pay back all the money is the individuals, the owners only, and his liability is unlimited, completely unlimited. That is, his personal paisa is responsible for the loans of the business, and he makes all the decisions because he is the only guy. He is the only guy. Whereas in a partnership is also called firm. FIRM, firm. So generally, हम तो क्या firm, मेरे पापा की firm, my father's firm. So even if it's sole tradership, but no, technically a firm is a partnership. Okay. So and whoever partner is basically, unless it's defined, paper पे लिखा होता है कि किसकी कितनी partnership होगी, liability होगी, how much liability will be, whose liability, what liability percentage, everything. Unless it's defined, it's clear that all the partners are equally liable, jointly and severally. That is, it works on the principle of all for one, one for all. Let's say there are 4 partners, 4 of us. The business has accumulated losses. Okay, so the creditors, udhar wale, can approach my properties. They can recover. They can take away my properties, sell all of them and recover their money, or they can approach all of us or any one of us. So I am responsible for all of them, and they all three, see, they may leave me out and they may catch hold of these three guys and say, bhai, aapki property nikalo. You have to pay. So their personal property is responsible for the business of for the loans of the business. So one for all for one. So this liability is called joint and several. Joint and several. Okay. So in this case, whose consent and signatures are required if a partner of a firm wants to open a bank account? All the partners. All the partners. Managing partner is a guy who manages the business on a day-to-day basis. Dormant means someone who's not active, someone who contributes money and sits like that. Okay, I mean, he is not an active participant. That's what I meant. Okay, so Kusum Yojana relates to this is a very good scheme. I would want you to write some notes on this. Please write Kusum. Yeah, underline that. First point, full form. Kisan, Kisan, Kisan Urja, Kisan Urja, 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 K for Kisan, U for Urja, S for Samarthan, SAMART, so not Samarthan, sorry, Suraksha, I'm so sorry my friends, I'm so sorry. Kisan Urja Suraksha, SURAKSHA, Suraksha. Uthan, UTHAAN, Uthan. Maha Abhiyan, Maha MAHA, Abhiyan, ABHIYAAN. मैं रिपीट करता हूं, किसान ऊर्जा सुरक्षा उत्थान, UTHAAN, उत्थान मीन्स बेनिफिशियल. ओके, उत्थान. Maha Abhiyan, movement. Abhiyan is movement. Maha Abhiyan, ABHIYAAN, Maha Abhiyan. Second point. Aims to provide, aims to replace, aims to replace, AIMS, aims to replace 3 crore diesel, DIESEL, diesel and electric pumps, 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 agriculture pumps होते हैं in fields everything. Yeah, diesel and electric pumps with solar pumps, by 2022. So this may be a little late now. This may get delayed by 2022. See, when the target is set, even if it's not, 100% is not achieved, you still get somewhere close. And in the recent past, we have seen that the government has been working overtime, ensuring these things. So what are the benefits of this? See, diesel electric pumps will be replaced by solar pumps. So what are the benefits? Next slide. Will save electricity costs. Will save electricity costs for the farmer. In brackets, money savings. Next, will also save crops. Will also save crop, 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 fasal, by reducing dependence on what do we say, on electricity, and for lack of water, want of or lack of, both mean one and the same. Okay? I could not write for want of a pen, which means I could not write for lack of a pen. Okay. So how will it save crop? Very simple. Think like this. There is no electricity, solar power, and the pump set will run. It can draw water from a well, and the water could be used for irrigating the field. So see, it's a win-win everywhere. It's a win-win, and solar panels, everything could be will be made in India, and this will give impetus to local manufacturing sector. Not just that, the repairer, the repair guys, and these are not very expensive. Okay, these are not very expensive. At the same time, cost of generating electricity will also decrease, because now the demand for electricity will decrease in the farm sector. If it decreases, the supply to households, residential premises, everything can be increased. And in India, farmers don't get electricity supply all the time. So look, things are changing. They will take some time. It's been 73 years since we became independent, but things take time sometimes. Yeah. What about choice 4? Health insurance to BPL families. BPL is below poverty line. Health insurance to BPL families. So you could write this. The scheme is called Ayushman Bharat. Ayushman Bharat dash Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Jan JA1 JAN Jan Arogya Yojana. PMJAY. Underline that. Right. First point. Aims to provide health insurance cover of rupees 5 lakh per family per annum. Aims to provide health insurance cover of rupees 5 lakh per family per annum to PO2 about 10 crore households, 10 crore BPL households, 10 crore BPL households, 10 crore BPL households. See, the plan is to provide 10 crore, which means a family of 5 would mean 50 crores overall. So 50 crore people intend to be covered under this scheme. See, health insurance is a major expense, major drain on the financial health of a family. This is something that most Indians don't budget for. Indians don't look at, Indians don't give much weightage to financial crisis. Indians look at, first they need to buy a house. These are things that I have never understood. So first they look at ek ghar kharidna hai. I need to buy and own a house first. A lot of the money they earn goes toward paying the EMI and everything. That means that very little is left to manage financial crisis, to manage other kinds of financial crisis, and to manage to manage health emergencies in the family. And this is where they borrow. When they borrow, they have to pay interest, and this is the debt cycle. People get they get deeper and deeper into debt cycle. It's a kind of a daldal, quagmire, Quagmire. Quagmire means a quicksand. People get squeezed in, basically. People don't understand this. And these days, that anything can happen. 3 months back, we did not know what was coronavirus. We had no idea that our world could change so much. But look at this. Today, I'm seated in Hyderabad in my home. I'm with my back against a wall in front of a computer. You are in some part of the world. I don't know where you are, in Bareilly or Calcutta, or sitting 2 streets away from me. You could be anywhere. But this is what has happened. So these kinds of emergencies are there across. And I'll give you a very good example. So I'm in Hyderabad, which is the capital of Telangana. See, health emergencies can push a lot of people into poverty. Like for example, pregnancy. See, the birth of a child is a happy event. It has to be a happy event, yeah? A boy, girl, it has to be a happy event. But in Telangana, most families experience that they are pushed into poverty. They're pushed into poverty because most of the deliveries happen through cesarean mode, which is not normal, where they had to cut open the womb and pull out the kid. This is not normal. But to fund that, that surgery, people have to borrow, and when people have to borrow, it's a cyclical thing. And where do they borrow? They borrow from the village money lender. They borrow from the street money lender, and that guy charges extraordinarily high rate of interest. So these things can push people. So the government of India has a lot of schemes, Matru Vandana Yojana, Ayushman Bharat. The unfortunate thing is that people don't enroll for such schemes. All you have to go, one has to do, go and enroll on the website, or you could go to the nearest offices and enroll this. How many insurance, how many cards have been issued? I just went to the website a while ago, okay? This PMJAY website. You could write number 2. 12.51 crore, 12.51 crore cards have been issued. 12.51 crore cards have been issued. Now think about it. The plan was 10 crore, but they still gone behind this, beyond that, and it's a good thing because health emergencies are very, very poor, my friend. They can squeeze people out. Okay. Now look at the first one. LPG, liquefied petroleum gas connections to BPL families. Yes, there is a yojana for this. Ujjwala Yojana. You could simply write that. Ujjwala Yojana. UJJWALA. Ujjwala Yojana. Ujjwala Yojana. Terrific schemes the government of India has. The people just have to know what they are, and people have to enroll. I haven't heard of any particular scheme for mine workers, but if you know, please let me know. That's the only thing I can say. Which of the following ministries has launched Operation Digital Board? This is to boost quality education through the use of technology. School education, college, university education through use of technology. That's a major objective, to boost the quality of technology, quality of learning, quality of education through use of technology. And it has been launched by Ministry of HRD. Who is the Minister of Union Minister of HRD? It is Ramesh Nishank Pokhriyal. Ramesh Nishank Nishank. Ramesh Nishank Pokhriyal. Pokhriyal. Ramesh Nishank Pokhriyal. What about Ministry of Railways? Piyush Goyal. Piyush Goyal. Piyush. Piyush Goyal. He stood second in the Chartered Accountancy exam in his time. He's also a law graduate, if I'm not wrong, and he worked as an investment banker. What about choice? Yeah, this Piyush Goyal is also the Minister of Commerce and Industry. Minister of Commerce and Industry. Minister of Commerce and Industry. Look at choice 3. Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance, Nirmala Sitharaman, and she also is the Minister of Corporate Affairs. Corporate Affairs. Minister of Corporate Affairs. What about Science and Technology? Dr. Harshvardhan. Dr. Harshvardhan. He is also the Minister of Earth Sciences. Minister of Earth, EARTH. Earth Sciences. Earth Sciences. 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 Ministry of, and he also heads another ministry. What is that? Health and Family Welfare. Health and Family Welfare. So, Minister of Science and Technology, Minister of Earth Sciences, and Minister of Health and Family Welfare. Okay. Okay. Liquidity for a banker or a customer means cash in hand, cash in the bank, and short-term assets that can be converted to cash. Short-term assets, bonds, mutual funds. Not long-term, not certain kinds of schemes which are locked, which have a locked-in period. So normally money should be kept in free form. Sometimes it is very important that money is kept in free form. Okay, most people don't realize that. Which of the following is not a part of China? Hong Kong is a part of China. Macau is a part of China. Taiwan is not a part of China. Though China says Taiwan is a part of China, but Taiwan says no, we are an independent country. So Taiwan is not a part of China. You want to see where is Hong Kong? Here is a map. So ये है Hong Kong. Okay, ये अंदर का part. Okay, this is Hong Kong. And this is Macau. इसके पास almost this is Hong Kong, this is Macau. Now I want you to know one thing here. This is Taiwan. Okay, Taiwan. ये जो Formosa है, this is the old name of Taiwan. This is the old name of Taiwan. You see this strait? We'll come back to straits, discussing straits in a while. Okay, we have a question on straits. So this is Yangtze, one of the biggest, longest rivers in the world. This is the Brahmaputra. Okay, you see this? It's called Sangpo in Tibet. In Tibet, and it takes a U-turn in Dihang. It becomes Dihang, D-I-H-A-N-G in Arunachal Pradesh. In Assam, it's called Brahmaputra. In Assam, it's called Brahmaputra. Where is the cursor, man? Yeah, it's here. This is Brahmaputra. See the same river, huh? Sangpo, Dihang, Brahmaputra. Comes here, down here is Jamuna. Ganga meets Jamuna, becomes Meghna. So many names, yeah. So आप कहते हैं शेजवान फ्राइड राइस, ये है शेजवान यहाँ पे. This is शेजवान. Okay, there is a place here called Shejan. So anyway, so this is Wuhan. My God, this is a place, scary place, isn't it? So Hong Kong. I want you to write 2-3 sentences about Hong Kong. Please write. Please write. It's pretty cold and it's raining heavily outside this place, outside our home. Okay. So see, if there is a sudden power cut, okay, don't mind, absolutely don't mind. There is a backup, it will come. But if there is a power cut, because it's raining very heavily. Right, Hong Kong, underline that first point. Occupied by Britain after the end of the Opium Wars. Opium, O-P-I-U-M. Opium is narcotic. Ganja. Near about that thing. Okay. Not exactly, but nothing. Okay. Opium comes from poppy plant. So अफीम ये प्रकार की, ठीक है. So opium, O-P-I-U-M, Opium Wars. Okay. Next, in 1898, Britain, B-R-I-T-A-I-N, Britain took Hong Kong on a 99-year lease. On a 99-year lease, L-E-A-S-E, lease. In a 99-year lease, okay, from the Chinese emperor. Next, on July 1st, 1997, Hong Kong was handed back. To China under one condition dash that China will guarantee democratic freedoms, and rule Hong Kong under one nation, two systems. Under one nation, two systems. ये single inverted commas में लिख लीजिए. One nation, two systems. One nation, comma, two systems. Principle. 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 So one nation, two principles माने एक ही देश होगा. Hong Kong is a part of China, but communism, that is one party state which is there in China, will not be imposed in Hong Kong. That was the idea. Okay. Principle for 50 years. For 50 years. So in brackets till 2047. Till 2047. Okay, guys. But recently, a lot of bad things have happened in Hong Kong. A new law has been passed in Hong Kong, which would mean that all the freedoms that people have there, democratic freedoms, that you can criticize the government, no, nothing will be allowed now. So anyone who could speak against the people in Beijing, the government in Beijing, could be extradited, that is, can be taken away from Hong Kong to China, where the person would be subject to an unfair trial. China has no transparency in anything actually. So last point, Hong Kong CEO, Carrie Lam, Carrie, Carrie Lam, Lam, Carrie Lam. Okay, so this is Taiwan. The Philippines. See, Vietnam is an enemy. Laos is way too poor to make China an enemy. It's one of the poorest countries in Asia. Okay, so Thailand does not see eye to eye with the folks in Beijing. So Nepal, because it's a communist party there, they have friends basically. Some other time, see, I've been a teacher for about 20 years, and last 35 years of my life I have spent time on China. Since I was 9-10 years old, I have spent time on China, and it's the most dangerous country in the world. There are no freedoms in China. There are no freedoms. You see, you would never hear a Muslim country, or like Pakistan, for example, speaking about the Muslims here. There is this place here. ये आप जानते हैं, ये है Xinjiang place. Okay, this is all Tibet. This was occupied by China in 1959. You think this is not China. This was not there in China. The Lhasa is the capital of Tibet. ये पूरा Tibet था. Okay. So this is Xinjiang, a Muslim dominant province, and Muslims are not allowed to do anything. I mean, they can't pray. They can't have Muslim names. They have been trained to believe that Islam. Look, these are very sensitive things, but please understand, you're my student and I'm telling you these things that are happening. Okay, so during Ramadan, no one is allowed to fast. People can't have Muslim names. People can't have certain kinds of names, especially. Okay, Abdullah, Muhammad, these names are not allowed. And a lot of women there are being forced to marry non-Muslim men who are not Turk, basically, who are Han, Chinese. इस तरफ रहते हैं वो सभी. Okay, so उनकी रेशियल प्योरिटी जो है वो ख़त्म कर रहे हैं लोग, और दे आर नॉट अलाउड टू स्पोर्ट एनी काइंड ऑफ women are not allowed to wear the hijab, the burqa. Men are not allowed to wear the skull cap. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So if you read certain articles, because it's a very sensitive issue, I don't want to discuss this unless it's a face-to-face talk, where you'll be that much more comfortable with me. I don't want to talk about this, but it's a very dangerous place, very dangerous place. Okay. What is the role of the business correspondents as envisaged by the Reserve Bank of India? See, the RBI said that the bank cannot go everywhere. Okay, people can't come to the banks, both are right. That is, a small village, money, people have money, they don't know where to save that money, they don't know where to borrow money, they have to go to the village money lender. So why not take the bank to these people? Yeah, एक छोटे छोटे गांव में you can't have a branch, so we will take the bank to these guys. We'll take the bank. So what they have been doing is, they have appointed, all of these commercial banks have appointed business correspondents. So this guy, about 50 villages or 100 villages, he goes around and he does business. He gets commission, he gets salary, whatever, basically his arrangement. Okay, he collects deposits, gives the receipts, he actually extends, and he has that kind of thing, basically that kind of, he can provide those banking services in those places. Look, this is very important, because this way people can escape the clutches of the village money lender. I've always been fascinated with maps. Look at this map. But before that, which strait connects the Bay of Bengal with the Gulf of Mannar? A gulf is an extension of a, between lands, extension of a sea between lands. ये देखिए, ये जो इसको गल्फ बोलते हैं. Okay. और what is a strait? Just write this point. What is a strait? S-T-R-A-I-T, strait dash, narrow strip of water, narrow channel of water that narrow channel of water that separates two land bodies, and connects to water bodies, Okay, ये देखिए, two water bodies. This is Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. Technically it's all Indian Ocean, but some logic they put. Okay, ये है, this is this narrow channel of water. This is the Park Strait. ये पूरा Park Strait है. Okay, this one. So this connects the Bay of Bengal with the Indian Ocean, but also separates India from Sri Lanka. That's a strait. Okay. Now, before I discuss the other choices, I just wanted to see this map. Today, the ships go through this route existing. They from east coast to west coast of India, west to east, ऐसे जाते हैं. So sometime in 2004, 2003. The government of India, at the time the UPA government, proposed that we can shorten this route by slicing, by deepening this route here, this यहाँ पे. Okay, what is this? This is the Ram Setu or Adam's Bridge or Adam's Bridge. Hindus believe that Bhagwan Ram with his Sena built this bridge. Okay, with his Vanar Sena built this bridge. Now, I will tell you something weird, that the government in those days mentioned in the Supreme Court that it's a mythical thing, it's a mythological thing, that there is no such thing as Ram Setu, and you can read the affidavit also. It's a case, it's there in the Supreme Court of India thing. Okay, so how will they do this? See, dredging, D-R-E-D-G-I-N-G, dredging means deepening, deepening something, deepening a land body, water body. Okay, उसमें से पत्थर, यहाँ पे बहुत shallow. The highest wave in the Gulf of Mannar area is about 1 meter. 1 meter, barely 1 meter, barely 3 feet is the highest wave in this area. So the water is very shallow. Water is very, very shallow. So big ships cannot ply. So if you deepen that channel, big ships can move through this. So this will expedite, that is speed up the movement of ships like this. Like instead of going around and saving about 14 to 18 hours like this, so they can move through this. But this is not something that the current government is interested. Faith is an important issue everywhere. I'm not going to get into that area now. Okay, but that's the idea. अब देखिए, this coast, तमिलनाडु coast is called Coromandel Coast. Coromandel. Coromandel Coast. This is Coromandel Coast. Okay, guys. And this Kerala coast is called Malabar Coast. Malabar. Malabar Coast. This is Malabar Coast. This is Coromandel Coast. Okay, guys. चलिए मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. ये है सुंडा, डोवर, कुक, बॉस्फोरस कहाँ है. I have a map for this. Okay, I normally like to show you because if I tell you Sunda Strait वहाँ पे, you may not really get that. Okay, Sunda. What is Sunda? It separates the Indonesian islands of Sumatra and Java. This is Java, island of Java. ये है island of Java. You could write Sunda Strait dash separates Indonesian islands of Sumatra and Jakarta. Okay, this is Singapore at the tip of the Malaysian Peninsula. Here is Singapore. Here Cook Strait. Between separates North Island, you could write, separates North Island from New Zealand's South Island. Basically, New Zealand, this is New Zealand, this is New Zealand. This is North Island of New Zealand, this is South Island. So it separates New Zealand's North Island from its South Island. North Island from its South Island. This is named after James Cook, the guy who founded these islands. ये है Bosphorus. Bosphorus is this narrow channel, very narrow. कितना narrow है? It's about 2 kilometers stretch. Not even 2 kilometers, 1 kilometer at one point. Okay, whereas the city of Istanbul is split into. This is Asian Turkey. This is European Turkey. Okay, ये है Black Sea. ये देखिए, ये Asian Turkey, ये है European Turkey. This is Asian Turkey. So this is Istanbul. It's split between two. बीच में नदी है, समझ लीजिए नदी है. Okay, so this Strait of Bosphorus connects Black Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. They had as a name, but forget it. Connects the Black Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean. Mediterranean Sea. Okay. ये है Dover. This is Britain. This is Belgium, France. Okay. This is called continental Europe, and this is Britain, the island of Britain. So you could write Dover Strait separates or connects North Sea with English Channel. Connects English Channel with North Sea. Or separates Britain from France. You could write France. ये देखिए डोवर इसके नाम पे है, जगह के नाम पे. Okay. यहाँ से किले से डोवर तक एक ट्रेन जाती है, यहाँ से लंदन जाती है. You know, it goes below the sea. The train is under sea. The track is under sea. It's in a tube. That track is called tunnel. That tunnel is called tunnel. Chunnel. You know why tunnel? You see this word? Channel plus tunnel is tunnel. Yeah, they have a name for it. So I just wanted you to become familiar with all these places. Amazing word. Who in the following is the author of the book Digital Nation? Digital Nation. It is N. Chandrasekharan, Tata, chairman of Tata Group. You could write chairman of Tata Group, choice 1. Tata Group, chairman of Tata Group, and choice 3, Rupa Purushottaman, chief economist, Tata Group. Rupa Purushottaman, chief economist, Tata Group. Choice 2, Nandan Nilekani, is ex-founder of Infosys, and he could write one book, Reimagining India or Rebooting India, right? Rebooting India. R-E-B-O-O-T-I-N-G, Rebooting India. Rebooting India. Nandan Nilekani, Rebooting India. He is the chairman emeritus of Infosys, founder and chairman. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, author of this book, Hit Refresh. Hit, H-I-T, Hit Refresh, R-E-F-R-E-S-H, Hit Refresh. When something gets hung up, what do? You hit refresh to get the first fresh page. Hit Refresh. I have this book, terrific book. He talks about his entire book is about one particular idea, empathy, E-M-P-A-T-H-Y, empathy. So I think one of his children has cerebral palsy, and his battle with it, how people's empathy has helped him cope with it and help him give his child a better life. So it's all about empathy. Hit Refresh, Rebooting India, 1 and 3, Digital Nation. Which country won the 2019 Copa America? Copa is Spanish for Cup, America Cup. Okay. This is typically held between the nations of the South American continent. So the answer is Brazil. It was hosted by Brazil. It was won by Brazil. Okay. So you could write one thing. 2021 Copa America. 2021 Copa America. 2021 Copa America. Dash to be hosted by Colombia. यहाँ पे ये रहा Colombia, named after Christopher Columbus. Colombia and Argentina, ये है Argentina and Argentina. Okay. You see this, I mean, quite far. How are they going to host this co-host it? I don't know, but maybe something. Underline the word Argentina. मैं इसके बारे में आपको एक बता, I'll tell you something funny, weird, whatever you think it is. Only country named after an element. Only country named after an element. Dash Argentinium. You write Argent without the word A in the end. You write Argentine. I-U-M. Argentinium. Now, the funny thing is that many people have asked me this over the times, that whenever I have told them this particular thing, they said, no, what about germanium, what about francium, what about polonium? Well guys, those elements are named after the countries. There was Germany. The element was named germanium after the country Germany. Francium after France. But ये पहला इंस्टेंस है जहां एक देश का नाम came from the element Argentinium, वहीं से आया. Okay, Argentinium. So Argentinium gave its name to the country Argentina. The CEO is a guy called, not CEO, I'm sorry, the president Albert Fernandez, but it's okay. In this question we will not discuss this. ठीक है? 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. You just write this, just for one funny thing. one fact. 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup. Dash winner dash USA, winner USA, and hosted by France. I guess it was France. I think it was France. What about the next one? You could write top 5 football teams in the world. I think we have a question on that. Keep it out. We'll come back to this. Maybe I would have wanted to discuss these choices, but then some other time I will discuss it. In June 2020, Kutabek Boronov, V is pronounced with an F, became the Prime Minister of Kyrgyzstan. You just write the names of the leaders of these countries. सिर्फ leaders लिखते हैं और एक काम करते हैं, सिर्फ capitals लिखते हैं इस बार. Okay, some other time I'll give you the names of the leaders because you're already running short on time because you would have other classes as well. I'll come back to this. I will take one question on one of these choices and build some more notes about it maybe in the Monday or Tuesday session. Okay. Yep. So Kyrgyzstan's capital is Bishkek. 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 एरा किर्गिस्तान एरा आप लिख सकते हैं बिश्केक Bishkek बिश्केक. ये 5 जो देश हैं यहाँ पे ताजिकिस्तान, किर्गिस्तान, कजाकिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान, तुर्कमेनिस्तान. They're all parts of the old Soviet Union. So Kyrgyzstan, Bishkek, Kazakhstan. It's not Astana. Please don't write that. Right? Nur Sultan. इसका नया नाम है Nur Sultan. NURSULTAN. Nur Sultan. It's named after the former president Nur Sultan Nazarbayev. Uzbekistan. ये रहा choice. Uzbekistan. ताशकेंट. TASHKENT. ताशकेंट. यहीं पे लाल बहादुर शास्त्री जी की मौत हुई थी 1966 में 10 जनवरी को. आई थिंक देयर इज अ मूवी विवेक अग्निहोत्री द ताशकेंट फाइल्स. यस. उज्बेकिस्तान ताशकेंट TASHKENT ताशकेंट. तुर्कमेनिस्तान. ये है तुर्कमेनिस्तान. द कैपिटल इज अशकाबाद. ASHGABAT dash. World's second most expensive city. World's second most expensive city. World's second most expensive city for expatriates. 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 World's second most expensive city of for expatriates. Hong Kong is the most expensive. The second is यहाँ पे. और ये आपने ताशकेंट हमने कहा था. You could write this dash where Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri, where Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri died in January 1966. He died in a mysterious way. Died in 1966. यहाँ पे है दुशानबे. Sorry, that's the capital of Tajikistan. TAJIKSTAN. Stan means land of the Tajiks, land of the Kazakhs, land of the Kyrgyz, land of the Turk. Yeah. Capital Dushanbe. 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 See, I could have given you the names of the leaders here, but it wouldn't help. Well, lambe naam hai. For example, Kyrgyzstan's president is a guy called Suranbay Jeenkov. Lambe lambe naam hai. Turkmenistan, Gurbanguly Berdi Muhammadov. So Shavkat Mirziyoyev for Uzbekistan. So I think a bit complicated. Yeah, we'll keep it out for today. But you know the capitals now, and you know these places. You know this Kazakhstan is the world's biggest landlocked country. Landlocked. I mean, it does not have access to the sea. This is not sea, okay? This is an inland sea, Caspian Sea. So this is entirely landlocked. Entirely landlocked. And this is the 9th biggest country in the world by area. 9th biggest by area. Which of the following is not a Chinese mobile app? Which is not a Chinese mobile app? WhatsApp. It's an American app. You could write WhatsApp dash created by or founded by Brian Acton. Brian B-R-I-A-N Brian Acton, A-C-T-O-N. I repeat, Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Brian Acton, A-C-T-O-N, Acton, and Jan Koum, J-A-N, Jan Koum, K-O-U-M, Koum, Jan Koum. Underline WhatsApp, put it down arrow. Now owned by Facebook. Facebook bought it for $19 billion. Now imagine WhatsApp. If WhatsApp were a Chinese app, what would have happened to Indians? Imagine that. Think of that. People would have gone mad. Facebook and China. What if Facebook were an American, were a Chinese app? Forget Facebook, WhatsApp. The BRICS summit, this year's BRICS summit, is scheduled to be held in St. Petersburg in Russia. St. Petersburg, Russia. July mein hona hai. Unlikely it will happen, but let's see. St. Petersburg, Russia is where the BRICS 2020 summit will happen. B for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, C for China, S for South Africa. Last year, 2019 happened in choice 1. Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. 2019 happened here. Which of the following has partnered with the Department of Post to transform the latter into multi-service digital hub? TCS, Tata Consultancy Services dash CEO Rajesh Gopinathan, underline TCS, pull it down arrow, right? Founded in 1968 by J.R.D. Tata. Next point. Its first head was, and in those days there was no position called CEO. He was called GM, General Manager. His first head was Fakir Chand Kohli. K-O-H-L-I. Fakir Chand Kohli. Dash, the father of India's software industry. Look at choices. CEO's name likhe. Siemens, maybe the head offices also. Siemens dash Munich, M-U-N-I-C-H, Munich, Germany. M-U-N-I-C-H, Munich, Germany. It's a German company. The CEO is Joe Kaeser, J-O-E, Joe Kaeser, K-A-E-S-E-R, K-A-E-S-E-R, Joe Kaeser. Look at choice 2, SAP. इसको SAP नहीं कहते हैं, SAP कहते हैं. Systems, applications and processes and data, and processes. Systems, applications, processes. Its head office is in a place called Waldorf, W-A-L-L-D-O-R-F, W-A-L-L-D-O-R-F, Waldorf, Germany. It's a German company. Its CEO is Christian, C-H-R-I-S-T-I-A-N, Christian Klein, K-L-E-I-N, K-L-E-I-N, Klein. Mindtree is an Indian company, right? Mindtree, Bangalore. It was started by 3 guys who left Wipro, Jamane mein, okay? Subrata Bagchi, Krishna Kumar and Ashok Suta. Don't write their names. Right, Mindtree dash Debashish Chatterjee. Debashish Chatterjee. D-E-B-A-S-H-I-S-H. Debashish Chatterjee. Debashish Chatterjee. Debashish Chatterjee. ठीक है? He is the CEO. Oracle, right? Oracle, O-R-A-C-L-E. Oracle dash, where is it headquartered? Redwood City, R-E-D-W-O-O-D. I repeat, R-E-D-W-O-O-D. Redwood City, C-I-T-Y. Redwood City, Redwood City, California, USA dash, who is the CEO? Safra Cats, Safra, S-A-F-R-A. I repeat, S-A-F-R-A, Safra Cats, C-A-T-Z, Safra Cats. Underline the word Oracle, pull it down arrow, write 1 point. World's largest or world's biggest, whatever. World's largest relational database management system maker. World's largest relational database management system maker. Which is the world's following, which is the oldest stock exchange in the world? Amsterdam, 1602. Established 1602. Amsterdam, established 1602. Amsterdam, as you know, is the capital of Netherlands. Applique in your book. Amsterdam Stock Exchange merged with Paris Stock Exchange and Brussels, B-R-U-S-S-E-L-S, B-R-U-S-S-E-L-S, Brussels Stock Exchange. Brussels Stock Exchange. To form, write one word, Euronext, E-U-R-O-N-E-X-T, E-U-R-O-N-E-X-T, Euronext Stock Exchange. We'll write about one more. Look at Bombay Stock Exchange, write that, right? Asia's oldest stock exchange. Asia's oldest stock exchange. dash established 9th July 1875. 9th July 1875. 1875. Okay. Which of the following teams has been crowned the FIFA Men's Team of the Year? Belgium, world number 1. Beat Belgium. Okay, world number 1. Top 5, you write. FIFA Men's Top 5. 1 Brazil. Sorry. 1 Belgium. 2, second one, France. Third, Belgium. I'm so sorry. यहाँ पे मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. Right, 1 Belgium. Let me look at you. 1 Belgium. 2 France. 3 Brazil. 4 England. 5 Uruguay. I'll spell Uruguay. Uruguay. First one Belgium, second rank 2 France, rank 3 Brazil, rank 4 England, rank 5 Uruguay. ठीक है? FIFA. And what is India's rank? 108. You could write this. India rank 108. 108. No, I looked up the website, FIFA World Rankings website. With which of the following has Uber Technologies teamed up to develop electric air taxis? Hyundai Motors, and it's a South Korean company. You want to write the CEO's name? Right. It's what is this? Chung Mung Koo, Koo. Chung Mung Koo, Koo. Tata Motors. Guenter Bushek, Guenter. Guenter. Guenter Bushek, Butschek. Butschek. Guenter Bushek. Maruti Suzuki. Kenichi Ayakawa. Kenichi, Kenichi. Kenichi Ayakawa. 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 Honda Motor. Toichiro Honda. TOI. We'll not write the chairman's name. We'll write the CEO's name. Right. Takahiro Hachigo. TAKAHIRO. TAKAHIRO. Takahiro Hachigo. HACHIGO. Takahiro Hachigo. So 3 is Japanese, 4 is Japanese. 1 is Indian, 2 is South Korean. 5th is American. The CEO is Jim Hackett. J-I-M. I repeat, J-I-M. Jim Hackett. H-A-C-K-E-T-T. H-A-C-K-E-T-T. Jim Hackett. As well, Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, which of the following is not a nuclear armed nation? Easy one. India, China, US, Pakistan. See, the P5 has nuclear bombs. US, Britain, France, Russia, China have nuclear bombs. Apart from which, North Korea has nuclear weapons, Pakistan has, India has, Israel has. Though Israel has a policy of NCND, neither confirm nor deny. but they still have nuclear bombs. Okay, these are the countries that have nuclear weapons. No other country has nuclear weapons. So Switzerland also does not have nuclear weapons. Which company has received manufacturing and marketing approval from India's drug regulator CDSCO for Fabiflu, the first oral favipiravir approved medication in India for COVID-19? This is for mild symptoms actually, and this is made by Glenmark Pharmaceuticals. The CEO of Glenmark is Glenn Saldhana. Glenn, Glenn, इसीलिए नाम आया Glenn. Glenn, Glenn. Saldhana, Saldahna. Okay, Saldahna. Saldhana. Cipla, the CEO is right. Is it Umang Vohra? Umang, UMANG. Umang Vohra, VOHRA. Umang Vohra. Umang Vohra. Lupin CEO is what's her name? Yeah, Vinita Gupta. I'm so sorry, Vinita Gupta. Yeah, Vinita Gupta. Her father, I think, Deshbandhu Gupta started the company. It's named after a flower. Vinita Gupta. Sun Pharma, Dilip Shangvi. Dilip, DILIP. Dilip Shangvi. SHANGHAVI. Dilip Shangvi. Biocon, Kiran Majumdar Shaw. Kiran Majumdar, MAZUMDAR, Mazumdar hyphen Shaw, SHAW, Shaw. Kiran Mazumdar Shaw. Just pray we get a medicine fast. I mean, it's pretty tough out there. Sooner the vaccine is available, the better for all of us. So what's the next one like? Oh yeah, so I think it's fairly almost 1.5 hours. So we'll end it here. I have written Greece here 2000. I'm so sorry. We kind of will come back to Greece, and we'll try and have a discussion on Greece in the next session. First this one, and the names of the leaders of the Central Asian nations. So I have written here Central Greece plus Central Asian nations. Okay, so Monday we will discuss this, my friends. This is for my reference. Thanks for being here. Have a lot of fun, and please take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.